Good morning, Scotland. Good morning, social media land. I hope you're well. It is Thursday, the 9th of January, 2025. Independence will not be handed to Scotland by Westminster. We know this. We have talked about this so many times. It will not come from waiting for the perfect moment or relying on sentiment alone. It must be earned through strategy, unity, and purpose. The lessons of 2014 remain clear. The Better Together campaign succeeded not because their arguments were stronger, but because their strategy was focused and disciplined. They understood their audience, tailored their message, and targeted undecided voters with precision. To win independence, we must learn from their methods and use them to build a campaign that is forward-looking, hopeful, and unifying. The risks of remaining in the Union are clear and pressing. Scotland's pensions are among the lowest in the developed world, leaving many of our elderly in poverty. The betrayal of waspy women who had their retirement plans upended without proper warning is a stark reminder of Westminster's priorities and Labour's betrayal. These are not isolated incidents, but symptoms of a system that fails to value fairness or security. Independence offers Scotland the opportunity to create a well-being economy, a system built on dignity and equality, free from the inadequacies of the UK's approach. This is not a political choice, but actually a moral imperative. Then there's Scotland's natural wealth, which has been exploited for decades, from the mismanagement of North Sea oil to the current export of renewable energy. The story always remains the same. Energy cables off the east coast of Scotland will transmit our renewable energy southwards, with the benefits of that flowing elsewhere. Meanwhile, Scots are facing rising energy costs and little return on their nation's resources. Independence would allow Scotland to take control of its energy wealth, reinvesting in our communities and infrastructure while ensuring affordable energy for households. The contrast could not be starker. Staying in the Union means continued exploitation, while independence means empowerment and self-determination. Scotland's lack of an international voice further diminishes our ability to act on our own values. When global crises arise, such as the genocide in Gaza, Scotland's stance is subsumed by Westminster's foreign policy. This is not a reflection of our people's will, but one of a system where Scotland's voice is sidelined. As an independent nation, Scotland could take its place on the global stage, advocating for peace, justice and sustainability. Membership of the United Nations and other international bodies would amplify Scotland's progressive values, ensuring we contribute to a fairer world. Remaining in the Union means forfeiting this potential, leaving Scotland's values unrepresented. Then we have the rise of right-wing politics in England and the growing influence of Reform UK. This is a clear and present danger to Scotland's progressive identity. Reform UK, led by Nigel Farage, has begun targeting Scotland with its populist rhetoric. This right-wing virus threatens to seep into Scottish politics, undermining the values of fairness and equality that we hold dear. Independence is the antidote to this threat. It offers Scotland a chance to chart its own course, rejecting regressive ideologies and building a nation rooted in progressive principles. Independence is not just a constitutional shift, it's a stand against a future shaped by populist right-wing forces. Last year, Scotland generated £88.5 billion. We only got back round about £41 billion. Much of that wealth was kept by Westminster, billions allocated to projects that provide no direct benefit to Scotland. The Union like to say that we have a deficit and they spent on our behalf. But we know that's not true. Furthermore, a significant portion of that money that we sent down is used to manage UK debt, a debt that Scotland has no hand in creating and a debt which is used to say that we have that deficit. We in Scotland are required by law as our devolved government to balance our own books. So how can we be responsible for a debt in a system that we can't even take loans out on? This system is inherently exploitative. Independence would give Scotland control over its revenues, allowing us to invest in what matters: our people, our services, and our future. Scotland's wealth should be used to benefit Scotland, not to subsidise the reckless spending of governments that we've never voted for. The Scotland bad narrative, perpetuated by unionist media and politicians, is a continuation of the Better Together campaign. Its goal is to undermine confidence in Scotland's ability to govern itself. We see this in claims about a black hole in Scotland's finances or exaggerating criticisms of NHS Scotland. These narratives are designed to sow doubt and fear, but they crumble under scrutiny. Scotland has world-class universities, a thriving food and drink industry, and immense potential in renewable energy. Independence would allow us to escape the Scotland bad narrative, to tell our own story and celebrate our own successes. The latest poll conducted by Believe in Scotland is a breakthrough moment for the independence movement. It shows that 66% of Scots would support independence if it was predicated on a well-being economic approach and a well-being pension. This result is not just a number, it's a roadmap. It demonstrates that when independence is tied to values that resonate with people, fairness, dignity and opportunity, it becomes not just possible, but desirable. The poll also reveals that traditionally resistant demographics such as females over 55, Labour voters and English-born residents shifted to majority support for independence when presented with this vision. This is proof that the same targeted strategy used by Better Together against us can work for us. Hope and progress are more powerful than fear and doubt. By focusing on issues that matter to people, pensions, public services, economic stability, our international voice, and pairing these with concerns with a vision of a better Scotland, we can inspire undecided voters to see independence as the solution. Other factors can also resonate, such as investment in affordable housing, creating green energy jobs, and building a fairer tax system that supports ordinary Scots. These are things that the Scottish Government are doing right now to demonstrate how good governance could be in an independent Scotland. And these are not abstract ideals. They are tangible improvements that independence can deliver on even better than what we're doing now. However, we need to be unified because unity is essential. Division within the movement weakens our cause and plays into the hands of Westminster. We must focus on what binds us together, the shared goal of an independent Scotland. This does not mean suppressing debate, but ensuring that our efforts are aligned towards independence. The lessons of 2024 are our foundation, but they are not our limit. Scotland's future depends on our ability to adapt, to learn, and to act with purpose. The 66% poll result is proof that independence is within reach when we connect with voters on their values and concerns. It is not just about convincing people to vote yes, it's about inspiring to believe in what Scotland can achieve as an independent nation. Every conversation matters, every action counts. Together we can build a well-being Scotland, a nation rooted in fairness, progress and self-determination. The opportunity is ours to take. Let's act with unity and determination to make this a reality. Everything I've said and discussed in this video are things we, the choir, already understand. The message is great, positive, and the fear factor of remaining in the union now is quite strong. If We applied these messages to the strategy adopted by the Better Together campaign and using their methodology from Rob Shorthouse's video. We have a genuine and positive campaign that we can target the undecided voters with. This is something that I'm going to write about and present in future videos, both in the longer vlog style like we're watching here and also in short form infographic styles too. We know that independence is not going to be gifted by those who profit from our submission. It's going to have to be earned and fought for. And that will have to be done through unity, strategy and relentless purpose. Scotland, with its wealth, its resources, its voice, it's all siphoned off down to Westminster, leaving us with scraps of decisions made elsewhere. Can we continue to stand idle as our future is sold for someone else's gain? Westminster's unity crushed us in 2014, not because their arguments were stronger, but because their focus was sharper. They preyed on fear, while we failed to articulate the hope independence offers in a manner that was acceptable by the undecided voters. Tides are changing. Our people, our resources and our values, they demand better. Independence is not just a political shift, it's a moral stance for fairness, dignity, and control over our destiny. Unity is not about the suppression of debate, it's about alignment of purpose. Every conversation and action must build towards the Scotland we dream of, a well-being Scotland, where fairness reigns and every citizen thrives. We're going to have to do this together. We're going to have to start doing it now. We have an election next year to win. We're going to talk about this a little bit more in tomorrow night's live. I think it's important that before then, if you're watching this video, that you go to the description of it and go and click on the video that I'm talking about, the Rob Stenhouse or whatever his name is video, one of the head honchos of the Better Together campaign. It's 20 minutes long. And it's an education. It's inspired all these videos so far this week and inspired the live for tomorrow night and the blog that's dropped today on saursascot.com as well. Thanks for watching today. I hope to see some of you tomorrow night in the live on YouTube and TikTok. Take care.